Denise Boyd here. Happy Pay Your Way Friday. Today is all about how our relationships affect our business, whether it's a future or a current business. So hang tight with me because look, relationships are pretty much an important factor to our lives, but also to our business. Either it will support our business or it'll sabotage our business. So what I'm here to do is to help you to figure out what you can do inside of your relationships and which relationships you need to analyze. So first off, they have nothing to do with other people. They have everything to do with you. But there are 6 concepts that I want us to look at today. The first one is the concept of decision making. So the best thing that I can tell you for this one is to look and see where you are with decision making. So if you are not making informed decisions or quick decisions, then you are doing decision making wrong. For example, if you are making a decision without any kind of information related to your decision, then it's probably not really a good decision. Or if you're making slow decisions, those slow decisions are also not good decisions, and slow decisions are related to indecisions. So if you are not making a decision, you're automatically making a decision. So first thing I want you to do is figure out, are you making a quick decision and is it an informed decision? If not, now's the time to start making quick informed decisions. Now I hear you, but Denise, what if I make the wrong decision? Guess what? Most decisions that we make are not life or death situations, but even life or death situations require quick decisions. So what I want you to do is just start making quick decisions, and if it's not a good one, make another decision. Now, if you're in a life or death situation, that's something for another guru or something. That's not for me. But outside of that, if it's a situation that you can kind of make a decision here and decide another one later, then do that. Go ahead and make a quick decision, but try to stand firm on it. And if you have to make that decision again, then make it again. Now, the second one is conflict resolution. So where are you in terms of conflict resolution? So if you find yourself in a lot of conflict and you are not resolving it well, then you have a bad relationship with conflict resolution. And no worries, I am here to help you out. So there's one thing that I have learned. I've learned that a person cannot have an argument by themselves. So even with my kids, I have to walk away from things sometimes. I know they won't hurt themselves in 1 minute or something, just enough time for me to actually think whatever happened through. Now, with you, what I would suggest is whatever happens, whether it's in your life or your business, it has happened. Do not add any of your negative emotions or thoughts on top of that, because what happened has happened. Take it at face value. If you add any negative emotions to it, you're telling yourself that, oh, I need to feel bad about it. Why? And then once we start feeling bad about it, what happens? We add on more negative things to it, and our minds pretty much tell us, oh, she feels bad about it. Now we have to go into action. So walk away if you have to. And remember, no one can have an argument by themselves. The next relationship that I want you to analyze is your relationship with money. So a lot of people will tell you that you need to budget. And that is true. You must budget for your personal life, but you also must make sure you budget for your business. Because why would you spend $100,000 a month if you're only bringing in $50,000 a month for your business, and that includes any kind of money, whether it's loans or whether it's, revenue. So keep that in mind. So if you do not have a good relationship with money in your personal life, then your relationship with money in your business is probably not going to be good either. However, I want to step away from budgeting just a little bit and go into something else that's more important. So how do you think about money. So however you think about money is honestly going to depict what your relationship is with money. For example, do you think of money in a positive light, or do you think of money in a negative light? Do you think, oh, I'll never have enough? Or do you think, oh, I'll always have enough? It's always going to be here. Like, depending on how you think will actually determine the role of money in your business. Okay? So the next one is self-discipline. So I've talked about this one a lot in a lot of my videos, and this one is so important. What is your relationship with self-discipline? Is self-discipline far, few, and in between in your life? Or are you self-disciplined? So this one right here is really simple. So how would I address this if I were you? So do not at all try to make yourself do a whole bunch of changes at one time. Start with one tweak. So if you're trying to make sure that you wake up every morning at 5:30 instead of, let's say, 6:30, then start with that. Let's start small. Start with small things and build up. Because if you try to start it all together, then what happens is you're pretty much sabotaging yourself, and we don't want to do that. And that's the same thing that I would suggest for your business. So if you're not self-disciplined, then it's going to be hard to move that self-discipline into your business. Because if you're working for yourself, you have to be self-disciplined, because if you have ever worked for anyone else, you know that they're the ones that come up with the rules. They pretty much discipline you more or less. However, when you're working for yourself, you have to figure it all out, and you have to be self-disciplined enough to get the stuff done that you need to get done. Very important. All right, the very next one. And this one, the last two kind of go together, but I will say this one first. So the fifth one is fear. What is your relationship with fear? Do you embrace fear, or do you fear fear? So fear causes our bodies to go into this weird reaction and keeps us from moving forward. Like, fear would literally stop you in your tracks in most cases. However, I am going to encourage you to walk through fear. You don't have to jump through it or run through it, even though those are good too, but at least start by walking through the fear, because what you seek, the success that you desire, is always on the other side of fear. So instead of fearing fear, I want you to embrace fear. And then you'll begin to realize that it wasn't so fearful. Now, this next one is actually highly related to that, and this one is change. So a lot of people fear change. So same question here. Do you fear change, or do you embrace change? So change is inevitable, especially this day and age. Change is going to happen in our lives and in our businesses, point blank. Look at the pandemic that has recently happened. What can we learn from this, or what have we learned from it? We have learned that change is going to happen, and that we have to find ways to pivot. And if we don't pivot, what is happening is we are setting ourselves and our businesses up for demise, So what I want you to do is, instead of fearing change, just go ahead and set up things so that you will be ready for changes. And one thing that I love to do is to get in the know, get in the loop about what's happening next, because the new things that are happening are actually not all bad things, even though sometimes we may think they're bad. A lot of people are so used to doing things the way they have been doing them. But what they don't realize is that causes their businesses to really self-sabotage, and even their lives sometimes. But for you, I want to encourage you to embrace change and actually look for it. Look for changes that are coming up and see how you can pivot, not just your life, but also your business. And when you make that pivot, you will see that you are ready in advance for whatever's to come. So let's just do a quick recap. I want you to analyze your relationship with these 6 things. I challenge you to do this today. So the first one is decision making. The second one, conflict resolution. The third one, money. The fourth one, self-discipline. The fifth one is fear. And the last one is change. So if you got anything out of what I've done today or what we've gone over today, please give me a like. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. And I make posts 3 times a week just for you all, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Thanks so much for watching. And as I always say, stay peaceful, positive, and productive. I'll see you next time.